So what is a spoke shave? Well, stick around and I'll introduce you to it. Hello and welcome to the Lost Pines Workshop. I'm JC Jensen. So what is a spoke shave? Well, a spoke shave is a hand tool that's been around since roughly the 16th century. It is a hand tool that is used to help us shape wood. There's three basic shapes in spoke shaves. This one that I just happen to have using this morning as a flat sole and a flat blade. Whereas this one, see, is curved front to back. And then this one has a concave shape. They all have a different purpose. But again, their primary purpose is to help us shape wood. They act much like a hand plane, which if you've seen any of my other videos, you see I use this one a lot. A hand plane is used for, flattening the face or an edge of a piece of stock, where it's nice and straight and flat. That's what we're trying to achieve. And it does so by introducing a blade, a very sharp blade, at such an angle to cut the wood fibers as it passes over. A spoke shave does the same thing. So here's the blade out of one, and it is the same shape, just much smaller than the blade that's in my hand plane, right? Much shorter, right? The blade in my hand plane is 6 inches long. This one is about 2, right? But it has the same shape. And it is introduced to the wood in the same fashion. So it's slicing the wood fibers as it passes over or passes through. Whereas sandpaper you'll get there eventually, but it's not cutting the wood. It's shaving off the ends of the fibers, sandpaper, where this actually cuts it. And when you do it, this is a piece of ash I'm working on today, but you get your, these long, thin shavings. All right, so why do we want to use a spoke shave? Well, again, it goes back to shapes. So our hand plane is for flat work, right? Well, I'm in the midst of creating some what we call glue lambs, where I have laminated via gluing them together some pieces and parts for my newest project, which is a rocking chair. This will be a back brace. Do you see how it's got both convex and a concave shape, all in one piece? All right, this is a glue lamb. I did this by creating a form of the same shape, where again I have a convex and a concave shape to it. So nice and curvy, right? Well, in order to do that, I first had my pattern out on a flat piece of wood, nice and straight. I drew my pattern, I went over the bandsaw, and I rough cut it out, same as I did this piece. This is going to be another form for the rockers of the chair. All right, so I took it over the bandsaw, and I rough cut this shape out. Now there's two things that I could do because obviously I've got all these saw marks and whatnot in here. And when you're, whether this is a finished piece or in my case, the form for a glue lamb, your lamination will only be as good as your form. So it needs to be smooth, all right? Well, this has got all kinds of little bumps and bruises along the way, I'll say, as I skipped it through the bandsaw. So in order to smooth it out, I could go at it with sandpaper, right? So this is, we'll say the negative, that goes this way, the negative of this side. Oh, no, sorry, that's this side. Where's the other one? Oh, there it is. The negative, right? So this is the piece that I cut out. I could attach sandpaper to this and sand this sucker smooth. I could. I hate sanding. So rather than do that, I'm utilizing my flat, right now, my flat Spokeshave, wherein cutting with the grain, going downhill, oh, yeah, it's down, but I'm going, with the grain here. I can simply come in, and I'm not going to take much here because I already finished this one, but I can drag this along the surface to a point and take this very nice thin shaving off of this piece of ash to gain this shape and smooth out all of that rough texture that I got from the bandsaw. And I also find that it's using a Spokeshave is faster. It's cleaner. I don't have to wear a mask and all that other junk to keep from sucking up all this sawdust if I was using a power sander or even by hand. It's really fine dust. Be sucking all that up. Well, with a Spokeshave, I don't have to do that because that's not going to fit. All right. So that takes care of this shape, which is concave, right? So what if I want to do a convex shape, right? Round. Well, I would go to this Spokeshave and I could do the same function, right? Where I can smooth this out. If this was a square, relatively square piece of stock, I could turn it round just by patiently making cuts and rotating it. I could get this round with a Spokeshave, or I can get roughed round and then finish it with a Spokeshave. Just a couple of basic examples of what a Spokeshave is and what it's used for. I hope you find that helpful. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Think about subscribing. There'll be lots of more useful tips and tricks along the way. So have a great day. We'll see you down the road.